Over the last few months, we've been working our way through this entire house, turning it into an Airbnb. And while we've made a lot of progress upstairs, one of the biggest spaces in the house has been sitting unfinished this entire time. Our budget is not big enough for a full basement renovation, so instead our goal is simple: make it clean, bright, and functional for our guests while leaving room for bigger plans down the road. Today, we're giving this basement the refresh it desperately needs and getting one step closer to opening this Airbnb. Okay, so we are starting in the dreaded basement. This basement needs a lot of work, but we're gonna basically just put a bit of lipstick on it because really it is a gut, but we just don't have time for that right now. If you've been watching from the beginning, then you've seen us rip out the suspended ceiling. Why we did that is because it was really damaged in a lot of areas, and it also smelled like smoke, cigarette smoke, and I just don't think we would have been able to get that all out. So what our plan is to spray the ceiling black for now, then also do some painting. There needed to be a lot of drywall work as well down here. So that's what I'm gonna start with, is just patching up a bit of drywall. We have a section there that had a hole. Also I just skim coated this wall here as well because it was just whoever did the drywall and did a terrible job. Not like I'm a pro myself, I'm learning as well, but that was really bad. This wall also had that shelving, it had that closet, so we removed all that and I've patched all those holes. Next thing I'm going to do is just this little area here. Here needs to be patched up, then we can go ahead, start taping and masking everything to spray paint the ceiling. With days of drywall work complete, it was now time to move on to the ceiling. The first step for me is to tape all the walls with some film. So I've just bought some of this stuff and I'm just gonna tape the walls to protect it from overspray because we'll be spraying it with our paint gun. Yeah, I haven't painted the walls yet. I'm gonna save that just in case we do get a bit of overspray. It's not on some freshly painted walls. So that is the first step. I'm gonna lay this out, get it all taped. Then I will have to cover the floor. The floor is just cement, which I am just going to paint because eventually we are gonna do flooring in here, but there's no point of doing flooring when we may have to rip out some walls in the future to get this exactly where we want it to be. So first step is covering the walls. Okay, so now all electric is up along the walls of the basement. I just have to close off the doorway there so we can get in and out. Also, while I was doing that, Jesse dropped all the light fixtures down. They were way up in the rafters.
Some of them were just hanging on the wires too.
Yeah, they were.
Like it was bad. They were all over the place at different depths and up in the floor joists. Some of them were screwed right to the floorboards. And then as I took them apart to re-screw everything, like to re-secure everything, there was like live connections coming apart and everything. So not live, like I had the power off, but like the hot wires, 2 of them came apart, and it was actually a good thing that we found all that and fixed it up.
Yeah, so it also makes it a lot brighter down here now that the lights aren't kind of half hidden in the rafters.
Big time.
So now I need to cover up the flooring with some protecting paper. We are going to paint the flooring, but I just want to put this down because there is a lot of overspray that goes on the ground, and I don't want to be having to cover up black paint. It's just going to make it way too difficult, and I'll have to do multiple coats of paint. Okay, so we are all taped up. Floor is covered. Unfortunately, we ran out of brown protective paper, but we had a little bit of the plastic left over, so what we've done is just covered it with that. We only have the one paint sprayer, so Jesse's gonna be the one spraying it because he is good at spraying. This paint sprayer is one of the best out there. It works really, really well. So what I like about it is that you don't have to mix the paint or thin the paint down. You literally open your can of paint, you drop this inside, and it sucks it up through there. And then the same thing when we're cleaning. We just have to put this head in the bucket of water and it'll clean it out as we press the spray gun. Also comes with a nice long hose. It works really, really well and is simple and easy to clean, which I love. Okay, time for Jesse to get
These are nice.
and loaded. Okay, I don't know if we're ready for this, but we're gonna pretend to be ready. You ready, Finn?
I think so.
You got this. High five on it.
Once I get rolling, I'm going to be cranking this thing up. This is like a pretty low setting. I'm just trying to get the hard to reach places right now.
Jesse just finishing up the last little bit. Then we'll just have to do some touch-ups. Ooh, yeah. Okay.
I'll let him out for a minute. Open the door.
The screen's open. Hello.
Hi.
Oh, look at poor Jesse. It's fuming in here. I know there's definitely some spots, but you're gonna let
I
it.
think I got less overspray this time. We're gonna let this air out for a minute,
Yeah.
and you're gonna go through with the light, and I'm gonna follow you.
Yeah. With all the ceiling touch-ups complete, it was now time to move on to the walls. Okay, so now that the walls and the ceiling are finally finished, it's time to work on the floor. For the floor, just gonna do a temporary fix and paint them. So first step is just to prep the floor. Unfortunately, I forgot my floor scraper, so I'm gonna have to scrape it with this little scraper. So for the flooring, I'm doing a cement paint that has a primer built in, so I don't have to prime the floor. With the color, I decided to go with a tornado wind. It's like a deep gray with a hint of, like a little hint of green, but it's pretty dark because it will hide a lot of the imperfections in this floor. Like I said, it's a temporary fix. It's definitely not something I would permanently live with because this flooring has a lot of splashes of paint from the previous owners and from myself. It's just gonna make it look a little bit better. Like I find the walls look so good with the ceiling, but then you look at the floor and it's like, there's like 5 different paint colors going on the floor and it just doesn't look good. Okay, so it's the next day. The floor turned out good. There's definitely some spots that need the second coat, so I'm gonna have to go in and do a second coat, but it's looking a lot cleaner compared to what it was before. Looks more finished. We have some spare baseboards left over from when we did the upstairs, so we're gonna put those in. It's really gonna finish it off, and then we'll be able to reuse those baseboards, of course, when we plan to do the room.
Well, this is gonna stay like this for a while.
Yes, exactly. We're not just gonna, do all this work and then leave the baseboards, because it still makes it look really unfinished.
Used for anything right now. It's just we want it to look clean and.
I am gonna put a desk. I am gonna put a rug and maybe a desk and a computer chair down here and a place to work.
Yeah.
They'll have that. But really, I'm closing off this bathroom because it's a mess. I would not want anybody using that. And then this bedroom's gonna be closed off because legally we can't rent it out. So off to my second coat. Okay, so now that the floor is fully painted, the next step we're gonna do is replace these lights just to help it feel a little bit more elevated in here. So, what we are doing is replacing them with a nice LED disc light. Just gonna sit on the top there as opposed to having just this bulb hanging down. Also, I think we're removing this one light fixture there.
So I'm trying to figure out.
That's what he's trying to figure out now. Because we have 1, 2. There's 1, 2.
There's 3 lights right here, so.
Yeah, it doesn't really make sense to have just that.
2 here, 2 over there, 1 at the bottom of the stairs, and it'll be more than enough.
Yeah. Okay, so the baseboards now have all been sanded, siliconed. Now the tedious part is painting them. This tedious task calls for a good podcast. I don't know what you guys listen to, but I listen to true crime. By the time you get to the end of the podcast, you're almost done your job because it was that just like intense. So that's what helps me get through some of these tasks. Anyways, we'll speed this up times 2. When we first started this project, the goal for the basement was never a full renovation. We simply wanted to take what was once a dark, unfinished space and make it clean, bright, and functional. With a fresh coat of paint on the ceiling, walls, and floors, it's hard to believe the difference a few simple changes can make. And with the basement finally checked off the list, we're one step closer to opening this Airbnb and welcoming our very first guest. In the next video, we'll be putting the finishing touches on the rest of the house and getting everything ready for launch. We'll see you then.